Howdy folks, Spencer here, and today I want to talk about the latest batch of STO news for both PC and console. Let's start off with the console side of things here. So if you're over on console, the new MUD's Primary Faction Choice Pack bundle is now available to you. This bundle features the original Crossfield class, the Sarcophagus, the Delkina, and the Jem'Hadar Recon ship as the ship options from the bundle. I've got a video breaking down the bundle that I'll have linked at the top right, but to summarize that video, the Delkina and the Sarcophagus are the two ships that you would for sure be getting with the pack. For the third ship, probably the Crossfield, and if you don't want the Crossfield, then probably just go for the Master Keys. The Jem'Hadar Recon ship is a straight up downgrade compared to the legendary bug ship that we got earlier this year. And the thing with the Crossfield class is that it is not the refit. It is not the Crossfield that has universal designs. It is the very first one that came out like 4 years ago that has a legendary version of it available in the 10th anniversary bundle. So it's not that crazy of a ship. The trait on it is nothing to write home about, and the console is also not something to really care about. There will be a 50% sale on this MUDs bundle on console from the 14th through the 28th. So if you want the bundle, take advantage of that introductory price sale. But do not worry, that 50% sale will return in the future in various sales. Also, over on console, you have a Zen discount running from the 14th through the 28th. This is 20% off Zen. So if you're looking to stock up on Zen over on console, now would be the time to do so. And heading over to PC, we also have a Zen charge bonus. It's 20%. Now, the PC's Zen sales work different than the console ones. Over on console, they just give you a discount. Over on PC, it's going to be the same price. You just get 20% bonus Zen instead. So if you're interested in stocking up on Zen, now would be the time. There's also a key sale for 15%, and there's a ship and ship bundle sale for 20%. So if you're looking to get Zen, that's the best thing about this sale. The key sale is not the best sale that they do for that, and the ship sale, ship bundle sale, the ship sale's fine if you want to get a C-store ship, but the ship bundle sale, just save your Zen and wait for a 35% bundle sale at some point in the future. What they did not mention here is that there's also a Lobi sale, and it's 20%. They don't have an end date for this, so I don't know when this Lobi sale ends, but it'll probably be the same time as the rest of these sales, which is September 19th. And on the PC patch notes for today, they fixed another issue with the new ground TFO. They have resolved an issue in which some of the SRO bridge officers, the new ones, you could not buy multiple of them. They have resolved that issue, but there are still some issues if you want to buy multiple of the subterfuge bridge officers from the embassy. So just keep that in mind if you're having issues trying to buy multiple of the subterfuge ones. Independent Wingmate had its icon set to appear properly on your pets or whatever. Apparently wasn't showing up like it was supposed to. The new console from the lockbox has had an issue fix that was preventing it from showing up in a combat log file. And they added icons to the new duty officers that they introduced with the Uneasy Allies lockbox. Now, with SROs, I do also want to mention there are reports that the new SRO bridge officers from your fleet embassy, you have to be in a fleet that has a T3 embassy in order to purchase them. It looks like you cannot get a map invite for them, so if you're really wanting these SRO bridge officers, just make sure that your fleet has access to them. So again, that's going to require a T3 embassy. And now I want to talk about the clickbait part of the video. The title and that lovely Nerf bat thumbnail that I put together for it. Our Admiralty Nerfs incoming, and I want to talk about what the inspiration is for all that thumbnail and the title. Bordicus over on Twitter. Bordicus, for those of you that do not know, is the lead systems designer for the game. So when he starts asking questions about things like Admiralty or contraband or dilithium in general, it's usually not a good sign. And as many of you know, the dilithium exchange has been having issues for a while now on PC. In fact, if I hop back in the game here, well, let's see where we're at right now. 10.2 million on the backlog, so the Dilex is not doing good at all. And Bordicus is now looking at, what are the sources of dilithium in the game? And he is seeing that Admiralty is a very significant source of dilithium and resources in general in the game. And Bordicus is specifically asking if any of us have a dill farming alt that exclusively runs Admiralty. Basically, characters that we log into to just do Admiralty, but do not actually use to do TFOs, missions, things like that. And he's curious as to why. Are we trading it for Zen, for fleet holdings? He wants to know what the motivation is for us players. And I was a little confused when I saw this because Admiralty, the entire point of Admiralty is that it is a system in which it's a non-combat system in which you get cards for buying ships, and you can use those cards to do missions that are going to generate resources for you. The popular resources from it are, dilithium, energy credits, XP for those of you that are working on your specializations. There are crafting materials and some DOS from it also, but the EC and dilithium is the big thing from Admiralty, and a lot of people will farm it just to acquire those resources. So I was a little confused because it is a system that they put into the game that is explicitly intended to be for resource generation. The incentive is that, it has a lot of potential rewards, but you have to buy, ships to get the Admiralty cards. So people will go out and sometimes buy a ton of C-Store ships just to get the Admiralty cards. I remember when Admiralty first came out, how many people were going out of their way to get as many signed ships as possible to try and, get through those, the Admiralty missions that had heavy side requirements. There was quite a few people doing that early on. I don't think you see that as much nowadays, but early on, a lot of people were doing that. So they put in a system in which the entire point of the system is to generate resources. And they're now looking at, the sources of dilithium, and they're seeing that Admiralty is a huge source. I don't get why they're surprised. They put in a system that generates resources. People want those resources without spending real money. And people are farming it on multiple characters to get resources from the system. I don't get why they're surprised by that. And I'll link the entire Twitter thread if you want to go through and read it. But some of these other comments from him here, like, food for thought. Part of the reason the Zen exchange is in the current state is due to an oversupply of lithium, which drives down its relative value. By participating in major farming, i.e., he's talking about, people that are doing Admiralty on a ton of characters to acquire resources. He's saying people like that are doing that are part of the problem. And he says that's a problem they created. And he's not trying to direct that at any specific player, but they put in a system to generate resources, and a couple years later now, they're surprised to look at their metrics and see that that system is actually being used to generate resources. So I think when you see Bordicus asking questions like this, it does get a bit concerning. Because there's a history there of things being asked about, and I just keep thinking back to contraband. Contraband used to take 4 hours to do. Now it's got a 20-hour timer on it once you start it. And contraband is something you just go to a security officer for. You turn over contraband. 5 contraband gets turned into 2,000 lithium. Used to be able to do that every 4 hours. Now you can only get it once every 20 hours. So that was a significant nerf many years ago. And we've already seen them hit Admiralty once before with the Tour of Duties. And when I see Borticus, asking questions like this, it does get a bit concerning as to what the future of Admiralty is going to look like. So, nothing is set in stone yet. We don't know for sure. We don't know what he's thinking. We don't know what they're planning. But the fact that these questions are being asked and the fact that there's, that they're looking into the lithium issues, this all just adds up to look not so good for the future of Admiralty. So let me know what you think. Do you think Admiralty is getting the nerf bat taken to it? Because based on my history with this game, especially being around for the contraband nerf, and the fact that Admiralty's already been nerfed before, are we going to see more Admiralty nerfs? It's very possible. It really, it will not surprise me at all. So let me know what you think. Do you even use Admiralty at this point? I do think that most of the, if they're seeing a ton of people doing Admiralty, I do think it is largely bot farms, based on things that I've heard and seen. I don't think that there's a ton of actual players out there doing Admiralty on 50 characters, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down below how many characters you do Admiralty on, if you do it at all. How much of your daily resources that you gain, like Dilithium EZ, come from Admiralty. But that is going to be it for this video. So thank you for watching, and thank you again to all channel members for the continued support. The next STO video, the next STO stream is going to be on Saturday. I'll be doing a video a couple days afterwards going over the new lockbox stuff. I'll probably be trying some of it out on stream on Saturday. Tomorrow's video on Friday is going to be an O-game video, so if you don't care about that, just stop by on Saturday for the next STO content. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.